Palestinians in besieged Gaza have been suffering at the hands of Israel not for just 9 months, but for multiple decades, and their torment doesn't even end when they die. While Palestinians in the enclave have been killed en masse since October 7, those who have so far survived are not only unable to bury their loved ones killed by Israeli strikes, but they are also facing Israel's necropolitics, in which their lives are assigned different values, meaning Israel essentially decides who will be allowed to live and who is disposable and can be considered collateral damage. Here are examples of Israel's necropolitics. In November 2023, a month after Israel launched its war on Palestine's Gaza, dozens of bodies were discovered in mass graves in the courtyards of Al-Shifa Medical Complex, with some bodies found in pieces, having been run over by Israeli bulldozers. Similar reports came from eyewitnesses at Kemal Adwan Hospital in northern Gaza who claimed that Israeli bulldozers drove onto the grounds of the hospital during a raid on December 16, crushing wounded Palestinian civilians and burying them alive. Israel's use of bulldozers to kill Palestinians has been ongoing for decades. On March 16, 2003, American human rights activist Rachel Corrie was murdered by a bulldozer while trying to protect a Palestinian family home in Gaza. 3 months into Israel's onslaught, it was reported that Israeli forces had desecrated at least 16 Palestinian cemeteries in its attacks on Gaza, not just vandalizing and crushing tombstones, but also digging up and stealing bodies. The Israeli army stormed a cemetery in the Al-Tufa neighborhood in eastern Gaza and dug up more than 1,000 graves, removing over 150 freshly buried bodies. Israeli forces also admitted to digging up some graves in a Gaza cemetery, allegedly to confirm the bodies of hostages were not buried there. During that incident, several reports revealed that Israeli forces had improperly handled Palestinian bodies in those cemeteries, damaging tombstones, leaving body parts exposed, and not recording information about the bodies' identities or locations while exhuming 180 Palestinian corpses. In deliberately attacking Palestinian cemeteries, Israeli forces are attacking Palestinian heritage, culture, and claims to the land. The Israeli army is also being accused of organ theft in Palestine's Gaza. Paramedics and rescue teams involved in retrieving hundreds of civilian bodies from the mass graves discovered at the Nasser Hospital in Han Yunis reported that the Israeli military stole organs and buried some Palestinians alive in uncovered graves. A Euromed Human Rights Monitor report also alleged that the Israeli army confiscated dozens of dead bodies from Al-Shifa and the Indonesian hospital in Gaza, as well as from the safe corridor Israel had implemented and subsequently targeted. Organ theft allegations against Israel are not new. In 2000, Israeli doctor Yehuda Hiss admitted that organs were harvested from dead Palestinians without the consent of their families throughout the 1990s, a practice Israel claims to have halted. Israel has a long history of holding onto the bodies of dead Palestinians as bargaining chips for negotiation. According to Euromed Monitor, Israel is the only country that systematically holds the dead bodies of those it kills, and is classified as one of the world's biggest hubs for the illegal trade of human organs, under the pretext of security deterrence, and in total violation of international charters and agreements. According to the human rights group, Israel has laws such as allowing the army and police to hold on to the bodies of dead Palestinians. A January 2024 report revealed that Israel was holding the bodies of around 500 Palestinians, including the bodies of 21 minors. It also noted that in 2023 alone, Israel had withheld 101 Palestinian bodies, the largest to have been recorded in a year. According to international law, the intentional killing of civilians, detainees, and others who cannot fight back is a war crime, and destroying cemeteries and religious sites can be considered a war crime, unless the perpetrator can prove the sites were military objectives. Under the International Criminal Court's Rome Statute, The desecration or mutilation of dead bodies is a war crime and is banned as an outrage upon personal dignity. So if it's proven that human remains were desecrated as a result of Israel's actions in cemeteries, Israel could face war crime charges at the ICC. Furthermore, by putting bodies in mass graves to cover up its crimes, Israel may have given the court more evidence to support the charge that the Israeli military knew the killings were unlawful. With all this public knowledge, will Israel's necropolitics be punished?